Dormammu, I have come to review this movie. Dormammu, I have come to review this movie. Dormammu, screw you. I'm reviewing this movie whether you like it or not. Let's hop into the review. Welcome back to my channel. This is Let's Be Real Brad. I talk about movies, TV shows, and do all sorts of fun and exciting videos on the channel. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button and drop a like on this video as it would be gladly appreciated. Today on our MCU weekly reviews, we will discuss the 17th film in chronological order with 2016's Doctor Strange. It is directed by Scott Derrickson, who is known more as a horror director who directed Sinister, one of the scariest movies of all time. This is a film I haven't seen as much as the other films, which is a disappointment because this is a delightful superhero film that I had so much fun with. This is a straightforward origin story that does have so much creativity and style to its story and action that makes it stand out being an above average Marvel film. The best aspect of this movie is Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. He was born to play this role as he looks like he was taken straight from the comic books. He can play this arrogant, narcissistic surgeon who ends up being very likable in a way, being one of my favorite performances of the MCU. The rest of the cast is excellent in this one, with Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One and Mads Mikkelsen, who is good in the movie. Benedict Wong plays Wong, who I thought had some of the funniest lines in the film. I also thought Rachel McAdams was pretty good in the movie as well. The second best aspect is the visual effects. I wish I could see this movie on IMAX because the visuals are magnificent in every way possible. 5 years later, it holds up so tremendously, being one of the best looking Marvel films up to this point. The visual effects really make this movie as fun as it really is because they got so creative. It was nominated for Best Visual Effects at the Academy Awards, and rightfully so. The action scenes are also fantastic, and I think they are very underrated when you're having conversation of the best action scenes of the franchise. They are so inspiring, constantly feeling like there were so many stakes involved. I loved how they used so much style and creativity with these action scenes that often involved a lot of magic. The visual effects come to life here because they fight with magic, so it all blends seamlessly. There are many different and creative ways they went about with the action that made for a more exciting experience. The score, composed by Michael Giacchino, is excellent. I'm not sure why people don't talk about this score enough because it is explosive. The action scenes come to life feeling very mystical and mysterious with this science fiction-esque. My favorite moments are when Strange and Wong are running along with the buildings with the score playing. I get goosebumps every time I watch it. I think the production design is also outstanding, as it is in most Marvel films. You really do feel like you are in these worlds they present to us, and that's why so many fans have personal endearment to these films. There are so many great locations, but Nepal's areas are so gorgeous and make us feel like we are in this world of all these sorcerers. Scott Derrickson does a pretty good job directing the film, being his first big budget film. His direction on the hand-to-hand combat scenes are the weakest moments, but I thought he handled it well by capturing this movie's enormous scope. The editing is also good, but not nearly as good as the other films in this franchise. Let's dive right into the negatives, starting with the writing. The writing is also okay, as it doesn't do anything extraordinary or anything really unique with its dialogue or its story. It is the basic formula of all these Marvel films that holds the film back, but I think it is still enjoyable. I remember enjoying the humor when I first watched it in the theaters back in 2016, but rewatching again for the third time, the jokes, for the most part, missed quite hard. A few lines felt forced and used unnecessary references that people won't care or even know about in the next upcoming years. The film was already outdated when it came out. The movie's villain was another typical boring and bad reveal that comic book fans would already know who it was, but if you didn't know, I don't think the reveal is all that interesting. It's mainly used to be set up in a sequel down the line, which is a typical Marvel move that I simply don't understand. The cinematography is also a victim of the bland Marvel look that looks okay, but the film's beginning does look very dull and boring to look at. It does get better as the film goes along, but ultimately I found that it seemed very run-of-the-mill, which was very disappointing. Overall, this is a fun, hypnotic, stylized superhero Marvel film with all the right ingredients to stand out among the other films in the series. Benedict Cumberbatch is perfect in the role along with a great cast. I'm giving Doctor Strange a 7 out of 10. So, have you seen Doctor Strange? And if you have, what do you think of the film and where does it rank in your MCU rankings? I will be reviewing the next film in the timeline order with Thor Ragnarok, so check the video out tomorrow. As always, I will see you all in the following review.